Hello, welcome back to Actor for Real, the podcast about being an actor for real. I'm Anastasia Chernaya, I'm your host, and today we're going to be talking about getting started back up with acting after you've had a hiatus. This is the part 2 of my series of getting started, which is pretty symbolic because I'm getting started with this podcast and this format and this journey of sharing my experience with you guys because I love you so much and I want to help. And in the first episode, in part 1, we talked about getting started from scratch when you have never done any kind of acting, but you've always wanted to try it out and you have this nagging feeling and you don't know what to do. And it seems like I'm giving you guys exercises to start with, but they're actionable steps for sure. So if you're looking for more information on how to get started from scratch, if you've never done any kind of acting, check out the first part of this podcast, getting started, of this series on this podcast. And this particular one, we're talking about the getting started after a hiatus. So there's multiple reasons why people can take a hiatus from acting in the first place. And it can be anything, any kind of personal reason, really. Nobody's judging over here. But sometimes it's not working out. If you're in LA and life's hard, because it's extremely hard to actually survive in this city, much less even pursue acting professionally as a full-time job. Sometimes you have some family obligation that's having you move back home. Sometimes you have a career change, or you get married, you have a baby, and it's expensive in the city and you want to move back home where you have some help. Or you just want to take a break because it is mentally exhausting to be pursuing acting full-time, or it's just not working out and you want to take a step back, because a lot of times in life it requires us to take a couple of steps back so that we can push ourselves forward and start anew, and then kind of reset ourselves and then move much forward from the point that we were in. Whatever the reason might be, and however long you've taken, I am so happy you are starting back up on this journey, and that fire that you have still burning within you, that passion for acting is still there, and that you're listening to yourself and you're answering that calling that's telling you that you need to get back into it. And I'm actually excited for you, because starting a new project, as scary as it might be, is actually extremely exciting. Now, there's a few things that I want for you to consider right now and reflect on. And for you, my wonderful people who are starting back up on this journey, I want to give you a little bit of an exercise, a little bit of a reflection exercise to consider, a little bit of homework. These are going to be your first steps that you would need to do, because it's a big change. And since you've tried to do this once and you've done this once already, you might actually have a bit of a understanding of how difficult it might be, what kind of curveballs might be thrown your way that might have to force you to pivot, or you just change something, And here's the first steps that you would need to take as somebody who's taken a hiatus for however many years, whether it's 3 years, 5, 10, 15, 20, 30 years, that does not matter. What I want you to do is to reflect on the reason behind your hiatus and why you took it in the first place, and see what has changed for you and how you've grown, what has changed in the industry, what has changed within you, and how are you more prepared to do this right now. And the chances are is that you would need to prepare yourself a little bit differently. And I want you to reflect in writing. You can take some blank piece of papers. If you have a journal, you can reflect on that in your journal. It is much better to do that. You can, if you have but if you have a friend that you can trust your emotions with, and who's not going to judge you, who's not going to try to talk you out of it or focus on the negatives, you can do that with a friend. But I highly recommend you to sort of sit with yourself with some blank pieces of paper and a pen, and ask yourself those questions on paper and not judge what's coming up, because a lot of things are going to come up for you. And what the main reason why I want you to do this reflection exercise is because if you are expecting yourself to get right back into it with the same tools that you had in your toolbox when you were active in this industry, if you're expecting yourself to use exactly the same steps and take them as you used to take, then I'm afraid you're setting yourself up for something opposite rather than success, because everything has changed so drastically just in the 4 years since the start of the pandemic. Everything has changed and flipped, I feel like, upside down in the way this industry operates. I will be dedicating a full episode on just how much the industry is changing. And that's one of the reasons why I want to have this podcast in the first place, is also to keep you guys updated on how things are changing and what tools are working, what steps that you need to take to make sure that part of your career is working, where to find this and that. And it's like, it's a full scope of things, and it's ever evolving. But just to give you a bit of an example, since the start of the pandemic, a lot of production companies, a lot of officials have moved out of Los Angeles. They decided to save money because it's extremely expensive over here, and move out to cities like Austin, Portland, Milwaukee, Phoenix, somewhere where land is cheaper, rent is cheaper, life is generally cheaper, because it's getting outrageous over here, and it's been doing so over the years, and it doesn't seem like it seems like a geometrical progression is happening over here, where it's just escalating and escalating a lot, which means that in and of itself has made shifts in other points of this industry and how it works. For instance, a lot of these production companies with, producers, casting directors themselves moving to different states has now not only made everything shift to online and digital world, but also it has created more opportunities for people in those areas now. You don't have to necessarily move straight to Los Angeles to pursue this career. You can do it from just where you are. And as you grow and as you progress, you might or may not even have a need to come over here. It all depends on how it's going to go for you. And there's going to be a different need for every single actor. And we're not going to get into that right now because that's not the main focus. But what I'm saying is that things have changed drastically. Everything is online. All of the self-taping is online. I took a voiceover orientation at the SAG-AFTRA Foundation today because I'm a SAG member. And there were a lot of people today asking questions that seem pretty basic for me because I have been actively growing and evolving with this industry for the past 9 years. But I do understand that for them, everything is so new and it's hard to navigate. And then you have to learn all of these, new names and tools and equipment and all this software that all of a sudden you now have to deal with. If before being an actor, all you needed to do is get an agent by submitting to them in person or sending out your headshots, print some headshots, go to an audition, book a job, and you're good. And you continue doing that all over again. Right now, you have to address it. You have to sort of access this career from a completely different perspective. And it's not just one perspective, it's multiple perspectives. And now you have to be so much more of a multitasker than you used to be. And if before you didn't even need a laptop or a computer or any kind of software on your phone, now you have to have a bunch of stuff and you have to figure out how all of that works, and you have to know how to do it fast because the turnaround right now is crazy. So I want you to consider all of those things. I want you to do a little bit of research if you want to get it done right now and see how that has changed, what kind of new tools you will need to acquire, maybe some workshops that you would need to take, what can actually prepare you for this next step of getting back into being an actor and pursuing acting professionally, getting back into it. If you are just starting to listen to my podcast and you got into this episode because you want to get started back up after a hiatus. I do encourage you to listen to the first episode, the part 1 of the series, Getting Started, because you will find some other tools that you can utilize right now before you have to drop everything, change your life completely, and then move out to LA or New York to pursue this professionally. There's other things that you can do to get started. But that is the main thing that I want you to do right now, is do some reflection and then come back to this podcast. Make sure that you subscribe to this podcast so that you receive these episodes as they're coming in, and you put new tools into your toolbox, because this is my goal behind this podcast. I want to make sure that you're not wasting your time by doing things that don't work anymore. And the best part about this is that I am in this with you. I'm not some coach that has not been on set since 1993 who doesn't know how anything works anymore, but they're trying to tell you what you need to do. I'm actually a person who is actively, professionally pursuing acting full-time, and I can keep you updated, and I will be keeping you updated with everything, with all the new information as it's coming in, because I want you to be successful, and I want you to be happy and excited for the next opportunities that are coming your way. So make sure to subscribe, because a lot more information is coming, a lot more tools are coming, and I will leave you with this last piece of information. When you are doing this reflecting exercise, and by the way, if you are an actor who is starting from ground up, who listened to the first episode, part 1 of this, and kudos to you to getting back to it and listening to this podcast, because it has hopefully given you a lot more information about what's happening and how to get into it. And I do encourage you to do this exercise as well, to reflect on your reasons why you want to do this, and to kind of consider the things that you would need to prepare yourself with to be successful in this, to take great steps that are going to get you closer to whatever your goal is in this. And while all of you are doing this exercise, I want you to keep in mind that your ego is going to come up. I will have an episode on ego where I will talk in detail about my experience with it, and how I've overcame it, and how it still comes back, and how a lot of people struggle with it. And I can tell you for sure that your ego is going to come up, and it's going to tell you all of the lies, all of the reasons why you shouldn't be doing this, all of the reasons why you are too late to this train, the reasons why you're too old and that's why you shouldn't pursue this acting journey anymore, and how all this is stupid, and all of the reasons, your personal reasons behind why you should not be doing this. Trust me, it is going to come up. And I want you to keep in mind that that will come up, and that all of that is a lie, because that is the ego, that is our fear talking. That is what's trying to keep you in your comfort zone. And part of being an actor is overcoming that and becoming more used to overcoming that. And that is your first exercise as a beginner actor, to actually do this, to learn, to start getting this new habit of overcoming your fear. Because trust me, every new level is a new devil, and that's always going to come up. And I want you to focus, while you're doing all of this, I want you to focus on the positive. You are going to have to find your own positive in this. And that is the reason why I want you to do this exercise, to find out exactly why. What is your why behind doing this, behind getting back into acting and pursuing this? Because that is something that you are going to need to hold on to. Because in the toughest of times, which this industry and this profession has a lot of, you will need to get back to that and hold on to that to get you out of this dark period that you might find yourself in. And right now it might even be hard. You might even hit some rejection that's going to tell you this exercise is stupid and I'm not going to do this. Well, that's also your ego. That's trying to keep you in the comfort zone of where you have been up until this moment. But find those reasons, find those positives that are going to help you get out of that, and focus on that while you're doing the exercise. And while you are doing that, I want you to know that I am here to help you. If you have any questions, please comment below. If you're listening on the podcast platforms, you can find me on YouTube. I know that there is a comment section on YouTube for sure. I'm not sure how to leave a comment on any of the podcast episodes or platforms in general, but you can always find me on YouTube and leave a comment there. Leave any questions that you might have. I'm going to work on an email for you guys so you can submit your questions, your inquiries, and things like that. And I really hope you do this exercise because trust me, it's going to help you a lot and it will lay a wonderful foundation for you for the next steps that you will need to take. And I will see you in the next episode. Make sure you didn't forget to subscribe to my channel. And I will see you in the next episode. Yeah, and we're gonna be actors for real together. All right, see you in the next episode. Bye.